Hello. This little miniature USB. It's a little malfunctioned on the vent here. It's a little bit problematic. Got kind of little broke a little bit. Anyway, it's cheap, you know. I'll just angle the vent so the cool air comes down. You got to put water in these things. It's on low speed at the moment. I'm not sure what the SPL level is, if measuring it with a level meter or measuring it actually with RTA analysing, so I can see what the frequency is. It's the fan. I could look at it and think, oh yeah, that type fan, I could get another fan and fit another fan in it, make it a little bit less quieter, I guess, theoretically. Otherwise, the basics is pretty simple. It's got a site that a sensor control in it that is, I think, kind of evaporating the water, and then the cool air then flows out. So something like that. There's so many DIY versions anyone can make because the principles are pretty basic, and the inventor tried to come up with an air conditioner, an American, back in the 1920s or 1930s. It took him a while to come up with the idea, which eventually one day he kind of saw, because nature, for which nature cannot be fooled, and he came up with the idea, the solution, that while standing at a train station, and I think there was a blanket, or there was a humidity, or there was a sort of blanket of fog or something, mist, and he then got the idea that how to what is now common today, air conditioners. Because everyone's making them, everyone's doing them, but it's getting something that's reliable, that's going to run for many years, before you got a component failure, and then you could then think, oh well, wonder if I could repair that, stripping the thing down and locating the common failed component, and providing they got spare parts in a warehouse. You can use spare parts, which won't cost too much, and then you get the system back up and running, because there's only going to be a few components that could fail, moving parts, and the evaporator. I think it's the evaporator, the thing or such. I forgot what the actual thing's called. It's similar to a refrigerator, to create the coolness of the airflow, and because it's kind of refrigerated, and then you got the fan motor mechanism to push the air out, the coolness, and then it chills the room, and then using I've got a conventional fan down here. It's down here somewhere, down here, about there, I think. That's just going to push warm air around the room. It's not going to cool the room down. This is a bit of a, it's not perfect. It's not ideal, these things. They're pretty noisy when on high speed, so I'll put it on high speed. Go off because it's on low speed. I'll turn it on. So obviously the fan's going a bit more higher speed. Away from the fan so it won't pick up too much wind noise. And step it down to second mode. Yeah. Actually, I think I'll just leave it on that mode for the moment, because I just want a little bit more quicker, cooler flow of air, if you know what I mean. And it's really a one-person sort of thing, that. Whereas the one in the room, let's go to it. Well, my blood pressure's a little bit low at the moment. It's gone down pretty low, my blood pressure. Oh, I feel lousy. I could barely walk. I could barely walk around. Feels like I've got, the pressure in the legs. Yeah, I just can't. And here, it's a tightness. Kind of feels like but it's not. I've had a stent fitted, so. It's just something that brings on worry, and then bam, it starts here, about here in the pit here. If I press my fingers down or put my hand there and put my other hand, kind of thump it, I don't know, it's like it's the vibration, the acoustical with inside, it's shifting. I think it's either trapped water that I got, I don't know. And then I want to urinate because how much did I drink yesterday? And then when I got home, because hydration. And then, what else? Yeah, a few little ice creams just to cool down as well. A bit of sunburn there. So, so I ain't going out until middle of next week, until it cools down. Otherwise, I'll just be got skin condition. So anyway, air conditioner. I've got to turn it on over there. I've got a dehumidifier, air conditioner. A smoke machine. So if the smoke machine were there, not there, my cat bear would be on top of it. Okay. I can barely stand. I'm crouching. I can barely stand upright. So I'll just keep that one off at the moment. Turn off the disco lighting. And voila. Use the force. The vents are aiming upward. So the airflow, I partly feel a little bit of a slight off axis to where it is at. So as long as the wind's not exactly blowing into the, otherwise you get this, if I blow into the, I think that's where the microphone is, or is it at this end? Oh no, this phone I brought, load of rubbish. It's only got a mono microphone on it, because microphones are on this end, on the other end for stereo, so when it's in landscape mode it records in stereo mode theoretically. When it's in vertical mode, I don't know what the heck that's doing, kind of overhead sound and below sound. No, I don't think so. So you don't put a camera or thing directly at the wind, you put it off away to the side, the angle. I think that air conditioner is about 50. Oh, I've got my SPL meter here, so I'm getting a bit of a wind flow into it, so I've got to move it over to one side, and not talk. Yeah, it's about 58 dB. It's about 58 dB that. If I put it near the fan, still get a bit of airflow onto it, and move it over. If you can see that. So, yeah, it's about 58 dB. I think the other one I showed you is about 60 something plus. 62, 63 dB. And it's portable. If my bedroom wasn't as cluttered, I could easily wheel that in, or just about pick it up. It's a little bit heavy. The one that I showed was probably a little bit, few inches, a bit shorter than this model. It's probably a little bit shorter. Not as short as that dehumidifier. But yeah, you get a flue vent, so just stick it near the window opening, put something in between it if you can, bit of cardboard. I've just got the curtain pulled over it just so, you know, the airflow goes out, the warm airflow goes out the window. Yeah, the room's pretty chilled already. Temperature in the room, it's about 25.6, 25.2. Humidity level 54%. So it's kind of in between dryness, you know, sort of thing. You're a little bit higher, then yeah, it's a bit moist. Otherwise, I can feel the dryness. It's not as bad as the Azatara. Oh gosh, I can't pronounce it. It's down in South America, in Chile, southwest of Chile. It's the driest region on the face of the planet. It's the only part on the planet that's as dry, with a humidity level that's often down to maybe 1%, and it hasn't seen rainwater in 500 years. Ugh. Oh, I could barely walk around. I go dizzy. Oh, I go dizzy. So what's happening to me at the moment is something that's destabilising my blood pressure. So my blood pressure should be about there, so middle, normal. It's gone down low. It's like having an inner tube on a tyre that's got hardly any pressure, and one wheel doesn't turn. You notice a bump, an unevenness. It's not stabilised, it's not pressurised. So my body's not pressurised with the correct blood pressure. Whereas other things is PSI, pounds per square inch. And sometimes I can feel it or sense it when it's a little bit high sometimes, and yeah. I go out and try to get weight off, get my cardiovascular okay, go for miles with the bear cycle. He's near it. He's near the air conditioner. He doesn't understand, but he knows there's something there that's got some. It's relaxing and cool. Anyway,